Here we have a great composite function question. The composite function is this little dot in the middle, this unfilled dot between your two letters, representing sort of a relationship between two functions. I like to think of that as standing for of. So this first one is like f of g of x. In other words, we're taking the function of g of x and plugging that in to the f of x function. Equals, on the other side, it's the other way around. So g of f of x. So this is what we're given. We're also given the actual relationship for g of x, and that f of 0 equals 10. So this question can get a bit complicated, but it's actually really simple if we just keep going from where we are. F of g of x, that means f of, well, what's the expression for g of x? It's x plus 2. So all we're going to do is, we don't know our expression for f of x, but if we did, we would plug x plus 2 in every time we see an x. The right side is g of f of x. So if we think about this, this means we're going to plug f of x in everywhere we see an x in the g function. So we're going to plug f of x in here because that's the g of x function. So instead of x plus 2, it's f of x plus 2. Take a second to make sure you understand that again. It's g of something, so we're putting that something in place of the x in the g of x formula. Now we go back to what they're asking us, that we want to find f of 2. So if we want f of 2, how do we make this x plus 2 2? Well, x must be 0. F of 0 plus 2, that's the same as f of 2, so that's what we want, equals, we said x is 0, so it's f of 0 plus 2. So all I've done here is put 0 in for x on both sides of the equality because we're looking for f of 2. So this just says f of 2 equals f of 0 plus 2. We know what f of 0 is, it's 10, so this just equals 10 plus 2 equals 12. If you wanted to keep going, this is called a recursive relationship. If you wanted to keep going, we could easily find what f of 4 is. Let's say it asks for that. The reason that is because we can say, okay, f of 2 plus 2, where x is 2, equals f of 2 plus 2. So f of 4 equals f of 2, which we just found to be 12, plus 2 equals 14. So you can see it's going up by 2 each time that x is going up by 2. Again, this relationship forms perfectly if we know what the composite function stands for. It's taking an entire expression, f of x, and plugging that in for x into another function's expression. Hopefully this is helpful. You can always email us with more questions. info@arnoldtutoring.com.